So New York wins the tip. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. OG Anunoby is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. Bridges laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bridges has got the first points up on the board tonight here for New York. Here's Lillard. Drops in the layup for 2.
And Lillard refusing to be denied.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Lets it fly. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Towns wide open. Offline with his 3. Here's Lillard trying to get open as Lopez. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
There's so many qualities of a lead guard that Damian Lillard possesses on the floor, in the locker room. He really, truly sets the standard.
Good on both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Brunson. One for 2 this game.
Yeah, you got to guard Brunson tighter than that. He's a legitimate threat from outside the arc.
Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by Towns. The Knicks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Hart. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Knicks shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And that one misses.
So crucial for Hart to get to the line, establish some confidence. He's solid from there. I think it sometimes gets his perimeter game going.
Trent's checked in for Damian Lillard. Good on the second free throw. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Trent passes to Porter. Back to Trent. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Porter kicks to Trent. Shot clock at 6. He can't get that one to fall. Bridges with some nice defense.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Runs in the pass to Towns. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him.
We talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. You have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Giannis dunks it down.
I don't know how many defenders are stopping Giannis when he's up like that.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Bridges outside. Hart kicks to Bridges. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And that one's good by Porter.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
Brunson against Trent. 14 feet away. A shot, no good. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Antetokounmpo, and he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Typically, it takes Giannis 1 stride to get where he wants to go, and in that 1 stride, he's covering so much ground, he can't keep up with him.
Back to Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr.
Not a secret that Brunson can turn it on offensively, so the defense can't give him that much cushion.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Jackson comes in for Prince. Green, he's checked in for Kevin Porter. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Trent. And then for New York, Achua comes in for Towns. And Miles McBride subbed in for Josh Hart. Here's Lillard. Brunson with some nice D.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And good that time. Bridges has got 6 points.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
On the wing, Green. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Milwaukee with the ball. They trail by 1. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Green, and it's Prince in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And the rejection by Giannis. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Here's McBride to the inside. Payne passes to Achua. Lock at 6. Here's McBride. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Working on Payne. Now, here's Bridges. 6 points for him. And the 3-ball is good. Bridges has got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, can add it to the list.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The throw good. Damian Lillard. The Knicks making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. The free throw is good from Lillard.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates.
Here's McBride, covered by Lillard, and McBride gets it to go.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jackson, he's checked in for Prince. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Green. And New York with a change here, too. Towns is checked in. Here's Lillard. Robinson with the block.
Such good instincts from Robinson there to throw that one away.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Just 4 to shoot. And Lillard kicks to Porter. Kept alive. Goes back up. Good D by Anunoby. New York leading by 4. To the right side. Back to Towns. Robinson a screen on Kuzma. Towns finds Robinson. The kick out to Anunoby. Kuzma pulls it in.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted. Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Towns. Out to Bridges. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lillard dishes to Jackson. Porter outside. Knicks with the rebound. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Tries from 10. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Bridges has got 11.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Tipped away. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. So for the Knicks, Achua, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Bridges. The Knicks leading by 4. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Brunson with a clean look. Brunson from long distance.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. For New York, they've gotten around 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all total. Towns is screen on Lillard. On deep, Brunson. Here's Towns. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And Towns is solid at getting strong position on the glass. Terrific work.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Knicks making a change here. Substitution on the court.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Bounce pass from Bridges.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
And so it's the New York Knicks. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome in.
They're moving well on offense. Great teamwork. Maybe not as strong as our teamwork, but whose is?
How about your old Lakers team? Seeing how things are. Thanks for joining us. Now
and we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. We've seen Mikal Bridges really having a great game.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Bucks trail by 9, and New York looking at who they've got. Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges in at the 2. It's too hard. In the corner, it's Bridges. Anunoby outside. Nailed from three-point land. Anunoby's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Every year, Anunoby seems to gain more and more confidence, especially in his jump shot.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Brunson the pass to Towns. Lopez grabs the board. The Bucks shooting not great, 40% for the game. Here's Giannis. Physical basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Porter against Bridges. Driving inside. It doesn't go for him. Bucks trail by 6. Stolen by Brunson. And here we go. The fast break. Brunson's got it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 12.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Mark hits to Brunson. And the Knicks miss again.
Well, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
The Bucks working the ball around. Prince finds Lopez. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Antetokounmpo against Hart. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's foul number 2 for him. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. With a whole new lineup now. .130 left here in the third quarter. Trent kicks to Kuzma. Robinson with the block. Brunson surveying the D. Looking for Bridges. He gets it there. To Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Robinson. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Taurean Prince comes in for Jackson. Kevin Porter's checked in for Green. And Lillard's look at that.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's Brunson. 11 points in the game. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Top of the key jumper, no good. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Giannis. Oh, Giannis punches it home.
Only a few big guys in this league that can score at will. Giannis is one of them.
Robinson sets a screen for Brunson. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Lillard dishes to Giannis. Prince outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Knicks out front, up by 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Keep the ball moving, quick decisions. Get the ball from side to side. Set better screens. Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Urging his squad to be more decisive, especially Greg on the defensive end.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau isn't pleased with his guys' effort. It's clear he wants them to be more aggressive.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. Kevin Porter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Lillard. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Anunoby. Off target from three-point range. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Lillard. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Payne. Launches it. Here's McBride. Now here's Payne. Takes the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And now a 6-point Knicks lead.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we reached the fourth quarter. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. The Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Then for the Knicks, Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. Mikal Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. Now they've been...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology we've seen.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
A lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The first one falls for him.
And a talented swingman. Bridges is someone to keep an eye on as he continues to round out his game.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by New York. They've led by as much as 10. Hard the pass to Towns. Got that bucket. And the Knicks lead by 8.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Johnson with it. Guarded by Giannis. And Towns throws it down.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Good to see Porter Jr. knocking down the triple. He needs to keep taking and making those shots.
Here's Bridges. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Brunson. Oh, muscling it in. Brunson. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for New York.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. That aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight of converting on those chances.
And, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans are piling out the exits. Obviously a huge win here in Game 2 for the Knicks.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And this is a team right now that is really playing with swagger.
Yeah, and anytime you can go up 2-0, you are in the driver's seat. They are riding pretty high going into Game 3.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Mikal Bridges.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Brunson with it. And so it's the Knicks with the win. And this win puts them squarely in the driver's seat in this series. Up now, Greg, 2-zip with all the momentum. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals.